Hi, and welcome back to Reckless Deck's own YouTube channel. My name is Clark Huggins. I'm the creator of Reckless Deck, the character creating card deck that's going to help you level up your creativity. And we're here, myself and you, Internet, to create characters and talk about creativity and to make some stuff together that basically the world has never seen before. The first episode, episode 1, we had a 4-card combination, which was Pulse Rifle, Sawed-Off Shotgun, Cocktail or Flapper Dress, and Spirit or Ghostly Companion. And we used 3 out of 4 of those to create, I thought, a pretty cool character. Like a very sleek 1930s vintage-inspired cyberpunk gun mall. Okay, but we still have this 4th card to deal with, the Spirit or Ghostly Companion, and that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to choose new cards and make a new character. All right, so let's pick some cards. Chains, goggles, samurai armor. Now we got this goggles card, and I don't know why, but I almost see like spider eyes. You know, with those like that sort of configuration of 8 eyes that almost looks like that thing at the optometrist. I don't know what that's about, but that's what I'm going to pursue. Hey, so quick thing before we dive in. I've created a number of techniques for getting the most out of my Reckless Deck. And one of them is something that I adopted from my friend Mallory O'Meara's Art of the Pitch class that I took this past fall. And in it, she describes as a way to pitch your project using a phrase called this meets that. And that means you take 2 existing things that you're referencing and say, it's this meets that. That's a great way to pitch your projects, and it was an excellent class. And thank you, Mallory. But also, I found it's a great way to frame up your Reckless Deck combination. And what it does is it corrals these very, very random references that your cards give you and pulls them together into something that's understandable, that's approachable, and that's attackable. And I think that our this meets that for this card combination is a guy from a Kurosawa film meets Aragog meets Ghost Rider. And so, are you ready? Let's get started. So I'm struggling here, as you might see. The drawing's going kind of badly. I'm not finding a gesture that I'm happy with. And I've been through a number of possibilities at this point. And part of the problem is I've decided that when you have a martial arts character, like any martial art is very specific. It's a very formalized fighting skill. And so if you just try to wing it, sometimes it ends up looking like 2 kids making up a karate fight in the backyard. It just looks wonky and wrong. So I think the thing to do here is to find some new reference that can help us give this character a little more specificity, a little more credibility. So I found some reference. I got her, this chick here, and this guy here. So now we've got some reference of some people using swords in a much more legit way. And I definitely think this is going to be the thing that's going to help me get out of the rut that I'm in. And I think this is the one I'm going to go with. I like it because it mirrors the angle of this gun. It's very active, but it's not too comic booky. And that's good because I've decided I want this character to be some kind of like powerful, almost mythical warrior spirit that she's channeling or that she's inhabited by. And so I want it to look active, but to still have some authority. So she's like a mythical spider samurai from out of a legend. And I think that making her this mythical Asian warrior spirit fits really nicely in place into the cyberpunk thing from last week, because there's so much Asian influence in cyberpunk. Think about Blade Runner or Ghost in the Shell. There's like these Japanese mega corporations and all this technology. There's Asian mafia stuff. There's tons of martial arts and ninja stuff and like loads of anime reference. So this is all, as it turns out, linking up in a way that I'm really happy about. So here I'm trying to make these spider eyes work out, and I've been trying to work in like the big round black spider eyes from the beginning, from the sketch phase, and it's just not working. It ends up looking like John Lennon or like a cartoon, one of the 3 blind mice. So no way. Now here, I'm using a reference of an actual katana so that I can get the shape and the proportions right, and then I'm going to use my Photoshop pen tool to trace the edge, the sword edge, so that I can get the shape right. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to link the decorative through line from the first character to the second character to make them relate to each other more. I'm grabbing elements of the design from the cyberpunk dress that we made, from the flapper dress, and I'm trying to repeat it here in our spider samurai. Here I'm online looking at chains reference, and one of the things I found that I wouldn't have thought of otherwise is to make the chains rusty. I think it's really, really cool. And that's a great example of how looking at reference can give you a detail that adds a lot of specificity and a lot of storytelling to your character. So at this point, I'm dropping the character way back. Now that I've made her, she has to drop way back, and she needs to become not the focus and more the spirit character, the secondary character to the main character from last week. So okay, we made ourselves a spirit companion for our character from the first episode. She's different than I thought she was going to turn out, but I'm good with it. I like her, and that's totally okay. And I'm very ready to move on to something completely new in episode 3. Thank you so much for coming back for this one. I'm having a good time with the series, and I hope that you are too. If you decide you want to follow along and create the character from this card combination, I would love it if you would do that. And send it to me at info@recklessdeck.com. Maybe I could use it in a future episode. Or you can post it on Instagram with #RecklessDeck. If you enjoyed this episode and you think you might want to subscribe, we would love it if you would. And if you have any comments to share, please let us know below. And if you'd like a Reckless Deck of your very own, you can get one at recklessdeck.com. Thank you so much for coming back, and I'll see you next time.